I want to piggyback and throw a couple things off of what you just said. One of the points you made about Parker being stationary, that he was in front of the target, in front of the power, and he could have been off to the side more. I agree with you. Do you attribute that to a lack of focus in the heat of the moment, or maybe the added weight to Parker? He fought most of his career in the 240-pound range. His last fight, he was at 267, I believe, versus Bacoli, thinking he was going to fight Dubois initially. He came in at 262 for this one. So again, over 20 pounds heavier than he was for most of his career. Do you think that added weight was why he was stationary in front and not off to the side, like you said?
I think, I'm glad you brought that up, Bud, because it opens the door for us to conversate and to touch on things that should be touched on. I think that I wrote this. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I wrote it in my report, my analysis, pre-fight analysis.
And we're going to get that up here as well. We'll insert that for everybody to see.
That I was a little concerned that maybe Parker might get intoxicated with his recently found power. That he might get a little intoxicated and forget what he is and think about what he isn't. He's not really the guy that's going to win fights only because of his power, or mostly because of his power. He's a guy who's an experienced guy who can box, who can mix it up, who could do a little outside, a little inside, that could do a little bit of everything. He's that guy. He's that guy. He ain't the puncher. Wardley's the puncher. I said Parker's got power to hurt him. There's no doubt about it. But that's not his identity. Nor should it be. Nor should it be. So to your point, I'd have to probably answer a little affirmative. I think he got a little intoxicated. We all do. With the success of that power recently. And I think that he showed you two things. By putting the extra weight on, good shape, muscle, don't get me wrong, mass. But by putting it on, he wanted to be that guy. He wanted to be that guy. And with that, his attitude came with it. Because you are what your attitude is. You are what your personality drives you to be. Many times on ESPN, I used to say, people would say, Teddy, he should be doing this. I said, what are you talking about? Well, Teddy, he should be doing this. He's got enough speed. He's got good enough legs. He should be doing this. How could he be doing that when his personality is not that? You are attached to your personality. You are attached to what you feel you are and want to be, how you want to represent, how do you think of yourself, how you feel in the core of yourself. No matter what your talents are, you're attached to what you are comfortable being. So it didn't matter. Parker became attached to now being that boss, now being that power guy. And I think he felt like with this kid, even though he's 30, I call everyone a kid. In boxing, we do that as a trainer. Hey, kid. Hey, that's my kid. That's my kid. Hey, kid. Well, how you like my kids? They're doing good, aren't they? Yeah. So he figured, this kid, I'm gonna be the boss. I'm gonna control him. I'm more experienced. I'm gonna be the boss. And he acted that way. He behaved that way. He fought that way. In front, being a boss. And at the end of the day, it cost him. He was winning the fight, but in the end of the day, I always say during fights like that, if I was calling that fight, you know what you would have heard me say? Everyone was saying, he's winning, he's winning, he's winning, he's winning. Look at the scorecards, he's winning. And I would have said, he's winning the battle, but I don't know if he's going to win the war. Bang. That's all I have to say. I'm like Joe Pesci and my cousin Vinny. I'm through with that guy.